Let's talk about the ugly parts of ABA therapy and why, despite it all, I still believe in its goodness. This video is part 3 of a series where we unpack some of the common and fair criticisms about ABA. Today's statement we'll be unpacking is ABA is cold. For example, like when a child is crying and the therapist ignores them as part of a protocol. We'll first start by unpacking what the statement looks like. Then we'll zoom out and look at the science behind it. Because as outdated as this practice is now, it came from somewhere. There is a clinical rationale, even if it no longer fits within our current values. Finally, I'll propose what a better version of ABA looks like and how you, the parent, can advocate for a more modern, compassionate ABA for your child. If you don't know me, my name is Celeste. I'm a BCBA who's been in the field of ABA therapy for over 12 years. I educate and empower parents on how to better connect with their autistic child, how to really get in their world and teach meaningful everyday skills. And today, we're talking about ABA, its ugly parts, and how to advocate while understanding the science behind it. I wanted to address that ABA is a science. It's a science that's data-driven, empirical, and effective. I want to provide the clinical rationale for why these ideologies exist in the first place and how they fit into the bigger picture of the science of applied behavioral analysis. It's how we can harness its effectiveness in a way that works for us in 2025. We'll unpack that today. The statement is, ABA is cold. It coldly ignores the child when they're crying or when there's behavior escalation. It might look like this. A child asks for an ice cream and the parent says no. The child starts crying, falling to the floor, and shouting. At that point, the ABA therapist stops engaging with the child, avoids eye contact, avoids talking to them during the tantrum. The therapist waits until the child stops crying, until they re-engage and approach the child. Even if the child is reaching for their parent, screaming their name, no attention is given. Stay with me, we'll address the ethical concerns in just a bit. Let's discuss the clinical rationale behind planned ignoring. This consequence strategy, because it is an actual ABA strategy. This ABA consequence strategy is utilized to not provide excessive or ample attention to the negative behavior. If adults give excessive attention to the negative behavior, like looking and talking to the child during the tantrum, picking them up, hugging them in an attempt to soothe them, the reasoning is that the attention will reinforce the unwanted behavior. The attention will strengthen the unwanted behavior of crying, falling to the floor, and shouting, because there was a payoff for the child. Mom or therapist gave them attention. It served a purpose. They got something out of that tantrum. A better ABA is one where blatant ignoring is completely abandoned. Adults see the child crying, falling to the floor and shouting, and the therapist approaches them. They provide calming statements, like, I'm here, little one. I'm not leaving you. I know this is hard. I coach the therapists on my team, like gently rub the child's back if they like that, or play with their hair if they like that. It's really waiting for the child. I'm here for you. I'm not going anywhere. Your feelings are valid, and we're going to ride this out together. A better ABA is one where we meet the child with compassion, never ignoring them. Instead of turning my back to you, I'm going to hold your hand until you calm down. For your next steps, what I encourage you to do as a parent is to search for a clinician that aligns with your values. Talk to them. Collaborate. Together, we can build a version of ABA that's both clinically sound and aligned with what feels right for you and your family. To recap, we discussed the statement, ABA is cold. We learn that ABA therapy is grounded in a science. Not giving attention to crying or other unwanted behaviors decreases them. However, it's not dignified or humane. In light of a better ABA, clinicians should validate the child, wait with them, and give them the care and patience they deserve. Last, we talked about how parents can advocate for a more compassionate ABA for their child. If this was of value to you, be sure to check out part 1 and 2 of the series if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if you learned anything new or had any insights along the way. I'd love to hear your thoughts. From your favorite BCBA, you got this.